Welcome back, y'all. It is October 1st. I am very excited. I feel like October is the most fun month out of the whole year. I think personally, it's just a whole vibe and you just can't beat it. So I'm happy to be here right now. It took everything in me not to start a fire this morning. Not in like an arson way, just random arson, just starting a fire in my fireplace. I picked up a load of firewood last weekend at my parents' house, like an hour and a half away, because a tree had fallen in their yard, or like they got a tree cut down or whatever. And I loaded up my truck for the first time with firewood. It was very cute and nice. But now I have it all stacked in the front and it is so pretty. And I don't know, it was a little bit colder this morning, so I was like, I want to start a fire. But I did not. I refrained because I think I was being dramatic. I'm pretty sure it was still like 60 some degrees, which is not fireplace weather, so I'm holding off. I'm holding off till the time is right. I have been feeling pretty disappointed with myself a little bit in terms of my gardens because I got a little burnt out this summer and I stopped working on my gardens. I stopped taking care of them. I stopped deadheading and weeding and honestly sometimes a lot of watering. Thankfully it's been raining a lot, so I haven't really had to do a bunch of watering, but I just kind of gave up a little bit. I got burnt out and I gave up. And, you know, I think the same thing happened last year and I told myself that this year would be different and this wouldn't happen because I was planning on building the water irrigation system, which I kind of like halfway built and then gave up. Next year I will finish that and I will have that so that this doesn't happen again and I won't get burnt out because I'll have everything being watered by itself, yada, yada, yada. I swear, next year is gonna be the year. But anyways, I've never done an autumn gardening video, but I have just kind of been in freeze mode. Like I've just been looking at the gardens and being like, like I have so much to do, but then kind of just like standing there and not doing anything about it. So I don't know what came over me. I just decided yesterday, I was like, nope, you know what, we're gonna can my video idea for this week and we're just gonna do some autumn gardening so that I can feel better about my garden and put it back to a good place. And then maybe inspire anybody else who maybe is in the same situation where they kind of, you know, started off the spring and summer strong with their gardening and then got a little burnt out and then didn't take care of things. So, there's a no judgment zone here. It's okay. It's a lot to keep up with and life is hard and it gets busy and, you know, it is what it is. So, we're going to do a bit of our autumn gardening. I think today we're going to focus on the back garden first. We'll see how much we get done. I was planning on starting this video this morning, but I'm trying to do a better job of keeping up with my short form content too. So I kind of spent the morning working on that. So we're starting this a bit late in the day. It's like noon, 12:30 or something. So we're going to start on the back garden, work on deadheading, clearing out any of the dead like zinnias and stuff, weeding, that sort of thing. And then maybe later today we'll move on to the side garden. So yeah, we'll just see how much we get done. I have my little flannel on. I don't know if it's gonna stay cold enough to where I can wear this the whole time, but we'll see. It just feels like for the first day of October, a flannel is necessary to channel the energy of October. Okay, so here's the situation. Honestly, just needs so much deadheading and the dahlias are kind of falling down right here. They're not being supported. So I was thinking about going to Lowe's and getting some sort of trellis just to go on this side right here, just to give them a bit more support so they stay up. But yeah, overall it just needs a whole lot of deadheading, weeding, and pulling out just some of the straight up dead ones. Some of these zinnias like still have a little bit of flowers on the top, but then the rest of them are pretty dead. So I'll see what I think we should end up doing with those. But yeah, it just looks a little ugly, to say the least. And then over here, I planted some dahlias in these pots, and they just aren't happy. I got one singular flower. I don't know. Maybe it's too hot, or maybe they just don't like the pots, but not sure what I'm going to do with that. I think I would like to go to the plant store and get a couple more coneflowers after we do all the deadheading and stuff to both the gardens. Maybe do a little bit more planting, like a little bit of fall planting. Need to deadhead and then need to just straight up remove these. So, and just clean up the porch a bit. But yeah, that is the plan. Before we continue, I do want to give a bit of a health update. About a month ago, I told you I was getting a full blood panel done, because I've just been feeling like something is really off in my body. I was diagnosed with RA I don't know, like 5-6 years ago. And so obviously I always feel a little bit off, but it felt like there was something else. And I was correct. There was something going on. So I'm going to share my results with y'all today. And all of this is thanks to today's video sponsor, which is Function Health. So I had 87 biomarkers in range and I had 14 out of range. We're gonna focus on the 14 out of range. But fun fact, apparently my biological age is 20.8. So I am 7 years and 5 months younger than my calendar age. So the 14 out of range, I have 3 out of autoimmunity, 3 out of blood, 4 out of heart, 2 out of nutrients, 1 out of thyroid, and 1 out of urine. Where to begin? Let's just start with the one that's like the most obvious, which is the urine. I've talked about this before. I have chronic UTIs, so that one I kind of understand. But the one that was very surprising to me was the heart. So basically it's showing that there's some sort of like early cardiovascular risk going on that I need to now dig deeper into now that I'm aware that it's even happening, you know? But I think the biggest thing is the autoimmunity and the thyroid. Everything is pointing to Hashimoto's disease, which is another autoimmune disease. But because some of the other thyroid biomarkers show that they are in range, it could be that I am just in the early stages of Hashimoto's, or that I could maybe prevent it before it kind of spirals into Hashimoto's. I'm not sure yet. But the thing is that I am now aware of it and can try to do things to help me. It's super helpful because on Function, it will give you so much information about each biomarker. It'll show you like the range it's in, why it matters. It'll show you the optimal ranges. And then it'll give you like a summary, the causes, associated conditions, foods to eat, foods to limit, supplements, symptoms, self-care, additional tests, follow-up sources. Gives you so much. Like I spent an entire night just like digging through just this one thyroid biomarker and like finding out information about it. Moving on to the other biomarkers that were out of range, such as my blood, which had 4 biomarkers, and nutrients that had 2. It is showing that there is some sort of like anemic thing going on, which can also be linked to the autoimmune thing. But also I don't eat meat. I eat fish though, but it's still showing that I need more omega fatty 3s and B12. With Function Health, lab visits are fast and convenient with over 2,000 locations across the United States. All results are tracked over time in one secure place so you can see how your health evolves. The membership is $499 a year. That is $1.37 per day for cutting-edge health insights. Function Health is offering a $100 credit to first-time members. You can click the link in my description or use my QR code to learn more about Function Health. I am genuinely so grateful for them, and this has been an amazing experience. So yeah, I will definitely be updating y'all when I find out more information. Anyways, let's get into gardening. So yeah, the garden looks pretty bad. It's looking a little depressing and barren. And I kind of just was like, how did I let it get this bad? A lot of it was preventable, yes. A lot of those plants in there, like the marigolds and stuff, they would have been good till the end of November if they had been taken care of properly, which I didn't do. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling a lot of disappointment and a bit of embarrassment because it's like, girl, you work from home. You make your own schedule. You couldn't take care of this stuff. I think I just got so burnt out, and I really struggled. I felt like I was in such a freeze mode with it. And this happened with the inside plants too. I don't know if you saw when I was doing the porch, I got rid of a plant. And that plant used to be my window, and it was a thriving plant. It was really, really beautiful. But it got aphids, and it is a plant, I can't remember the name of it right now, but it is notorious for getting aphids. And I've never had a problem with aphids in my houseplants. If you don't know, I don't know how many houseplants, probably like 70 some houseplants that I also, take care of, which is a lot to maintain as well. But I've never struggled with an aphids outbreak. And so I kind of just like noticed that plant was like starting to get taken over and have an outbreak. And I was like, I'll deal with it later. Yep. So yeah, then I got an aphids outbreak, and I'm still dealing with that right now. And I just kept noticing that it was on new plants, and they were like spreading, and I was just feeling so frozen. Like I was just like, like I was just standing there like super stressed about it, but then I wasn't doing anything about it. Thankfully, this past Saturday, I think it's because I saw a couple aphids on my monstera, like my massive monstera, and I was like, nope, this is where we draw the line. And I got up and I went, sorry, I'm so itchy because I've just been in plants, so if I keep itching my body, that's why. But I got up, and I like to deal with aphids by using hydrogen peroxide. That's not what a lot of people do. I know that's like kind of weird maybe, but that's what I have found to be effective. Of course, there's always neem spray, like neem oil spray, which I do use as well. But for more of like spot treatments, I like to take a cotton swab, put it in some hydrogen peroxide, and then just rub it right on the aphids. It gets them right, up. It does a really good job. I don't know if I would suggest that because I really haven't done that much research into like, is that the best thing to do? That's just what I do and what's worked. So I don't know. That's just what I do. Okay. But that was another area where I was just feeling really disappointed in myself because I care so deeply about all of my houseplants. But then I was just kind of like watching them fall apart. And that was the exact thing that's been happening in my gardens, where I've just been sitting there watching them fall apart, but I don't feel like I can do anything about it. So I'm really proud of myself for actually like doing something about it today. I'm so grateful to have all of these like beautiful extra things, like these houseplants and these gardens and stuff. But it is a lot to maintain. I feel like I've had this conversation a lot, so sorry if I'm repeating myself, but it's just like really hitting me right now, where I'm just like, I'm trying to hold space for the embarrassment and disappointment in myself and just kind of grief of like, oh, like something that means a lot to you is like not doing really well. But then also trying to still recognize that I am one singular person trying to take care of everything. And I also have multiple chronic illnesses and a chronic injury. And, no one has unlimited resources of energy. And I especially don't with the conditions that I have. So I have to keep that in mind. And it's really hard when you're such an ambitious and passionate person. Like I have so many goals, I have so many dreams, and I just feel constantly like I'm not able to do everything I want to do because I'm just so tired all the time. And it's so frustrating. And sometimes I get like in my head about it because I'm just like, I think the only time I ever really compare myself to other creators is not even about like the kind of content they're creating, but it's about the amount of content they're creating and the consistent amount of content that they're creating. I think that's the biggest thing, where I'm just like, how are people able to do this much? And why am I not able to do as much? And I'm trying, but it just never feels like I'm getting there. I don't know. It's hard, and honestly, we can just do whatever. Oh my God. This is fall in Virginia, right here. Yeah, yep. We are safe from some freezing weather. Well, usually the freezing weather doesn't hit until like December. So honestly, you know, I'm sad that the garden is the way it is, but I still do have time to plant some things. To do a little fall gardening, like I could plant some perennials. Yeah, because the garden is looking a little barren. So maybe that'll like cheer me up, and they'll be doing pretty well until December. So we've got 2 months left of pretty solid weather. Like, it's not going to be as hot as it is now, but it's not going to be like freezing until about December. I mean, I don't know. Virginia is different every single year, so it really just depends. But I feel like that's something I could do to kind of make me feel a little bit better about the situation. So I think we're going to do a bit of shopping probably tomorrow. Good morning, y'all. It is October 2nd, and we're going to get ready and go flower shopping for our sad little gardens. They look so sad. It's just like, oh my god, they look so barren. So I'm not going to ball out, but I do want to get a generous amount. Because, I mean, I'm buying perennials. It's an investment. That's what I'm telling myself. It's an investment. So the next year I will be in a better situation, and my garden will look beautiful. And maybe, I don't know, I haven't done that much fall gardening, but maybe the nurseries will have sales. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I'm looking forward to getting out of the house. I think I need to get out of the house. I have a bad habit of hermiting and not leaving the house, and almost like kind of having, like, being scared to leave the house. I don't know, sometimes it gets a little, I'm like, ooh, but he's okay. And I also want to do a better job of like leaving the house when I'm vlogging, because sometimes I just only vlog at home, and I don't know. It's so easy to like take you along with my like little DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera. It's so easy to vlog out in public, so I need to do a better job of that. So in the future, you'll be seeing more out of the house vlogs. But yeah, hopefully we find some good stuff. I'm thinking just right off the bat in my head, more coneflowers and Russian sage. Also, I've got my little fawn baby right here, and Freya baby. I loved him so much. They're doing pretty good. They're pretty stable, to give you an update on all their medical issues. I don't feel like diving completely into it because that's just like such a long tangent, but they're stable and they're good, and I love them to bits. But anyways, let me go get dressed, and then we're gonna hit the road. Alrighty, I'm ready to go. Just throw on a flannel, Harley Davidson boots, and some ripped up shorts. I got my little DJI camera for filming, my driving hat, all the things we need, I think. I do want to stop by a coffee shop and get maybe like a chai and then a breakfast burrito. There's a place close by that does like a vegetarian breakfast burrito. So I think I'm going to do that, and then we'll go hit up the first nursery. I think we're just going to go to 2, depending, but we'll see. So yeah, I've kind of been dilly-dallying for the past hour or so, so we need to get going. Okay, let's go flower shopping. I got a small chai just because I'm already feeling like so anxious being out and about that I didn't want to add more caffeine to the mix. But it's pretty good. And then I just got a veggie burrito. I should have gotten hot sauce. Damn it. A very solid veggie burrito, but hot sauce would be good with it. When I decided to buy this truck, I definitely did not consider or realize just how much of a spectacle it would be. Like, obviously I realize this is like an old vintage truck and it's different than all the other cars, but I guess I just like really was thinking like, oh, this car like feels like me, this feels like the right thing. It's almost like when you put on a really, really cute outfit that you like, and maybe it's not like the status quo or whatever, and you don't really think about it, you're just like, oh, this is such a cute outfit, but then you go out in public and then you realize that you like look so different and everyone's kind of like staring at you, and so then you're like kind of feeling a little bit insecure. That's kind of how this truck feels. And there's something that I just really didn't consider that much when I bought it, and I feel like going out even to like the grocery store or a gas station or whatever as a young woman is a spectacle in itself. So when you add like being a young woman and then driving a non-conventional car, and also just the whole thing about like the juxtaposition of like a young girl driving a truck, because literally the most common thing that I hear when I'm like passing by cars is it's a girl. Like people it blows people's minds that a girl would buy a truck or like have a truck. And the amount of times people think it's my dad's or my brother's or my boyfriend's or like something, like they're like, oh, were you driving your husband's car today? I'm like, what? Like, no, this is my car. My truck. Like, I paid for this. It's just like, it's just, I've created such a spectacle. And so I think that has kind of added to my social anxiety. I'm not going to pretend that this is like the cause, because I had it before I got this truck. But it definitely adds to it. And I have to have the windows down because usually, actually I'm like sweating right now. Well, I'm not really sweating, but I'm like uncomfortably hot a little bit. Anyways, I always have to have the windows down, so that's another thing. So like people are just like looking at me, and also the windows aren't very tinted, so everyone can just like see in. I don't know. It just feels like you're being perceived very aggressively, and it can be hard sometimes. So it's just hard for me just when I'm having really bad anxiety days, basically. But yeah, I just sometimes I'm like, oh man, I wish I could just like blend in a little bit, but no. But despite that weird aspect of it, I still am like so grateful to have it, and I'm so happy I have it, and I wouldn't change it. There is that weird aspect that I didn't really prepare myself for, that I've like realized through having it. For how long have I had it now? I got it, did I buy it in April? So however many months that is. I'm gonna finish my burrito and then we're gonna hit the road again. Okay, we just got to the second nursery, which is Snow's. I've taken you here before. I'll show you. It's this one, and then they have like the old truck out front. I've definitely taken y'all here before. They definitely have the best selection, I think, in Charlottesville. So, hopefully they have what I'm looking for. I'm kind of hoping for tall coneflowers, some yarrow, Is that it? Maybe some Russian sage. I ended up getting some Mexican bush sage. I've never had that before, so I am curious to see how that goes. I think it'll be good for the full sun and like just extra heat tolerant. I feel like something called a Mexican bush sage is going to be heat tolerant. Oh, at least it said on the tag too. My coffee's naked. Oh no. Gotta put your little clothes back on. Or my chai, not even coffee. Look at them all. Cute. What do you guys think? Y'all like them? Oh, bless you. I'm gonna give y'all a quick little flower haul, and then we're gonna get dressed and get out there and start planting them. This isn't going to fix every single bald spot that I have in the garden right now, but it's just gonna help, and it will help for next year when, you know, I go to plant and I'll have more perennials to not have to worry about, you know? Okay, from the first place, Elsroth and Thompson, I can never remember the name. I got these two Mexican bush sages, which I've never had before, but I feel like they're really cool and they're gonna be heat tolerant. Not sure if they're gonna go in the front or the side or the back, but we'll see. That will be probably one of the last ones I'll plant because I just want to see where I need space. On my way to the car after buying the Mexican sage bushes, I saw the snapdragons and I was like, crap. So I went back and I bought these. I just bought like 2 of them and they're like the long variation. Everything else that I got is from Snow's Garden Center. Basically just a ton of coneflowers. These are the Magnus ones. Oh my god, I'm getting dirt everywhere. And they're supposed to go from like 30 to 36 inches. I'm gonna put these in the back garden. Oh god, back garden for sure. 3 of those, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god, how many did I get? I got 9 coneflowers. Yeah, I got 9 coneflowers. I have one Shasta daisy that's just sitting in a pot that I need to move to a permanent location. So I just grabbed another Shasta daisy just to kind of group them together. These were on their summer discount thing. I'm pretty sure these were only like $3 each. So I just grabbed these. These are just like, are these zinnias? Yeah, these are just zinnias that are just annuals and they'll probably just last for a month or 2. But I just thought it'd help with like filling out the back just because right now it is kind of sad looking and it would be nice to temporarily just have like a cute little fixed. So I'm gonna plant those in probably like the front part of the back garden. I just got some more garden sage. I got 2 bundles of them, and then 2 things of lavender. I've been struggling with lavender, and I feel like if I just keep up with the deadheading this time's gonna be different, okay? I just feel like if I keep up with the deadheading, I can keep them healthy. I think that's just been my biggest problem, is I just like don't deadhead them and then they die. So yeah, this time's different, okay? Let's get going now that I just put dirt all in my house. Yay! Okay, so I think I may have overbought some flowers, but I'll find spots for them. I've got them kind of laid out over here. It kind of sucks because this is looking like it's on the verge of dying, but they still have flowers, so I can't get myself to rip them up to make space for the flowers I bought because, I don't know, I just feel like they're still kicking a little bit. So yeah, then I got one there. Got a couple more right there. And then these are the Shasta daisies I'm going to plant. And these are echinaceas from last year. That's a dahlia. But I feel like I feel like they're not blooming because usually in the summer the zinnias grow so fast that they just make too much shade. So then the echinacea doesn't have time to actually like grow and get sun and stuff. So I got to figure something out about that next year. Or maybe I just have more echinaceas now that it'll be different. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's still going to look pretty bad. This year, it's not going to be looking super great. But I just feel like maybe in a few weeks, it'll be looking a little bit nicer. But more so next year, it will be looking a little bit more consistently better. Because I feel like zinnias just, when they die off, it just creates too many bald spots and then it just like looks kind of bad. So trying to put stuff in here that will last a little bit longer. But yeah, the ones I have left, I don't know where I'm gonna put. I have 2 of these Magnus ones that are supposed to be really, really big. 2 of those, and I don't know what I'm doing with these. They're actually a lot smaller than I thought they were gonna be. I thought they were going to be like the tall ones, or maybe they are. I don't know. Anyways, and then I have the bushes I don't know what I'm going to do with yet. I'm kind of thinking of maybe taking out the dahlias right there and putting them in that, what would you call it? Why can't I think of words right now? Whatever that is. But also, I took out the stones. I used to have stepping stones to the front door, but honestly, you weren't even ever being able to like use them, so it was just kind of this awkward bald spot with these kind of covered stones. So I kind of just decided to go away with them. I can't talk today, bless me. Anyways, I'm gonna get to planting now. Okay, yes, let's do that. Baby Bell cheese. It was very, very sweet. Yesterday, the emergency vet guy, as y'all like to call him, the other day I said I wanted a sweet treat. And he listened to that, and yesterday he brought me home a whole tub of cookies, a tub of cookie dough ice cream, peanut butter cups, a bunch of Baby Bell cheeses, which I've almost demolished all of them. What else? There's flowers, wine. What else did he bring? He brought some all in like one day, just off of like one offhand comment about wanting a sweet treat. I was like, you're cute. And he was having a really bad day and barely had gotten any sleep, and he still did all that. A sweet boy, a very sweet boy. I feel like in the 1 month and a half that I've been talking to this person, I have received more little gifts than I have out of all relationships of my entire past. And it's not about like the gifts of like, oh, money or anything like that. It's always like the intention. Like so many times he's just bringing me home flowers that he picked, or, you know, a little bird's nest, or I don't know, just like cute little nature gifts, or just like tiny sweet little things like cookies or a bottle of wine, something like that. Like, I don't know, it's just all about intention, and it means so much. Or like the other day he brought me home a whole magazine on like witchcraft. He's like, I could not get it. And I don't know, it's just like so sweet, and I'm so not used to that. And it's just such a nice change. The weight of my heart is definitely cheese. I love cheese. Anywho, had to give him a little shout out there for being cute. I am a bit of a man hater, but when they do something right, they do something right, you know? I did have a realization today that I think might be a pretty obvious thing that I have just like, oh yeah, because my perennials, like especially my coneflowers, not a lot of them have been blooming or growing, and I've kind of been stumped. I've just been like, why are they not growing? But there's so many people that have like a perennial garden, and then some people have an annual garden, and you know, some people mix and match and stuff, and I like to mix and match, but I think I'm planting my annuals a little bit too soon, so the perennials don't have time. The perennials that are supposed to be full sun don't have time to like fully grow into themselves before they get covered by the annuals. And like that's obviously what's been happening with the coneflowers, and I just like haven't really come to that realization until today. I've just been like, why are they not growing? So I think next year I will try to control myself and control my excitement and my impatience and not plant annuals until a little bit longer. I don't know, maybe wait until June or something, just to like let the coneflowers like grow and kind of have a fighting chance before the zinnias and the marigolds and stuff kind of take over, because they just like grow so quickly and so big, and then they just kind of cover things. So that's definitely what's been going on. So I'm very curious to see, now that I have just kind of taken all the dead zinnias and marigolds and annuals and stuff out of the way, I'm curious to see how these perennials do in the next few weeks. I really think that we might get like one cute little bloom before a frost, you know? I really do think in a few weeks it'll be cute. I have to run because I've got to go to horseback riding in like 2 minutes, so I'm gonna sign off here, and I will see y'all again on Saturday, but it'll be like 2 seconds for you. It is Saturday, October 2nd. The entire day has somehow slipped away, and it is 4 p.m. We are not going to be doing any gardening today. Gonna take a little break. But we are going to go have some fun, I think. There is this place in Livingston, Virginia. It's like 40 minutes away, called Woodridge. And it is the epitome of just someone with ADHD getting a lot of money and just doing something really cool with it. It is like this brewery. It's like this brewery that was made out of this like log cabin, and there's just the most random stuff there, and they like keep building it up. Like it just has this entire jungle in the front. It's got like a golfing range. It's got a peacock. It's got a pig. They're building like a winery thing there. They have like cornhole. I'll have to show you, like it is genuinely the craziest thing. But they also have this whole like fall area, and they're like randomly building like a old western town on it too, and there's also like fire trucks randomly. It's just like a lot of really random stuff at this cool brewery. So I love going there. And I took emergency vet guy like 2 weeks ago, and he has been asking to go back since. So we're gonna go. I got my hair done yesterday, thankfully. It looks so much better. I am always so happy after I get my hair done. But then I just had a bunch of like admin stuff, so I didn't end up filming. But I don't know, I just thought I'd take y'all along with me. And then tomorrow we'll probably get back to the gardening bits. A little Sunday gardening, I think. But we're gonna have a little fun, so. I'm gonna put on some jewelry, I think. Some boots, and we're gonna go. Do I look like a train conductor? Train conductor, Mennonite farm girl.
Choo choo.
Choo choo, bitches. Is it cute?
It is very cute.
It is so hot outside. Where are my keys?
Oh, my bad. My sincerest apologies.
What you do, baby? You look cute. Bye-bye. We're friends. We're car friends. Yeehaw. Boy, it's packed. I wonder what event they're having.
So good.
You look so cute. Give us a little.
Oh, yeah. Maybe it's like a little farm festival. Welcome to MTV Cribs. This is my jail. Guys, you can see here, there's a jail. And this is where I like to spend my quality time thinking about boys. And that's it.
You gotta shut the door.
Fit check. I'm the sheriff now. Mine is strawberry. Yours is what? Key lime. See, that's really yummy.
Try it.
Gotta trade straws. This feels right. This feels right.
It feels so much more fitting. Mullet. That, like, just a thick cop mustache and a mullet. That's a look. That's a look I can get behind.
Will you go get my pizza?
I'll think about it.
Please.
Gotta give it a score out of 10.
Okay.
One bite, everybody knows it is.
That's actually really good. I feel like the cheese pool on that was very good. But it is still kind of giving cafeteria pizza.
It's a little floppy, but you know, it's the nature of a wood fire.
I like floppy.
She'll come back someday.
Some good work right there.
Taking a little break inside for a second. It is so windy, so you couldn't even hear me out there anyways, but I think I finished everything I wanted to do in the side garden for this project. I still do have a bit of a to-do list, I would say, and I don't know if I'm going to do it this fall or next spring, but there's a part of me that just wants to finish the water irrigation system just so I'll have that like set up and ready to go for next spring, because I feel like every time you think about the future you always think like, oh, I bet I'll be less busy then, you know. You always think like this future version of you is somehow gonna like miraculously have more time, and that rarely is ever the case. I may try to finish that this fall. Also, the eucalyptus plants are kind of growing pretty crazy, and they are trees, so I think they will take over. It makes me sad because they clearly are so happy there, but I just don't want like a whole tree or multiple trees to be growing out of those raised beds. That might be a slight issue, so I'll have to do some research, but I'm either going to replant them this fall or next spring, whenever it's just going to be best for them, and I'm gonna buy like really big pots to put them in, so hopefully they will stay happy, like as happy as they are, but they'll have like their own little thing to grow in, so they don't kind of take over, because they are providing maybe a bit too much shade for some of the herbs too. So I love seeing them right there, but yeah, it's just like a little too much. The last thing on the to-do list is my 2 raised beds that are up against the house. Those were just some DIY raised beds that I made from Lowe's materials, and I honestly don't think that they are deep enough to support the plants in there. Like, they just seem to all be kind of falling over, and I think that's just because they aren't given enough soil, I guess, to really thrive. So I would like to maybe make that higher. Basically, I just went to Lowe's and cut pieces of wood, and then whatever those little whatever those little concrete slabs are that have the slits in them, it's super simple. So those are all things that I really would like to get done, and I don't know which ones I'm gonna have time to do this fall and which ones I'm gonna have to wait till the spring. But I do think I'll probably do one more gardening video before fall is over, so we'll see how much we can knock out. I always overshoot, and then I get upset at myself for not being able to accomplish everything. But we'll see. I'm gonna get changed really quick and then we're going to finish up the back garden and everything we need to do back there. I think we're done, y'all, for now at least. I feel like I got a lot done and I'm very grateful, and it definitely feels like I've kind of reinvigorated my energy I have for gardening again now that it's not such a monstrous task. I'm so grateful for past Anna over the past couple of days for getting all of this stuff done, because yeah, I feel so much better now, truly. Like, I feel like I can go out to my garden and not feel stressed because I just see all of the tasks I need to do. I can actually enjoy the pretty flowers and get to watch them hopefully grow a little bit more. I do need to still do a little bit more. I ran out of compost towards the end. So gonna have to take another trip back to Lowe's, but this video is long enough, so we are just gonna stop here. And also I might move around some of the flowers that are in the pots, the raised bed pots, whatever you call those, because I just don't know if the cone flowers will get enough sun up against the house. But everything looks so cute. I do love the way everything looks on the porch right now. So we shall see, but everything's good for now, and I'm really proud of myself for getting all of this done, for sure. But I'm pretty sure this video is super long, so I'm just going to end it right here. I'm going to go take a shower, and I will see y'all in the next video. I love you guys so much. Okay, bye!